Okay, should you drop carbs in order to lose fat? So the answer is yes and no. First of all, let's go over why people drop carbs in the first place. It went around that carbs are evil, you slash your carbs, you start to lose fat, so everyone who tries to lose fat, or most people, will go straight for the carbs. Remove the carbs, and they will lose fat in the beginning because you slash your carbs, you remove a ton of your normal daily calories, so you're gonna lose weight, right? And some of it will be fat. But what happens over time is, because carbs are an energy source that fuel like high intensity exercise or performance, is you'll lose muscle mass. You'll lose the motivation to train. You'll feel a lot weaker, your performance will suffer, and what happens is you end up weighing less. You may have lost some body fat because it's inevitable, but at the same time you're a smaller, weaker version of your former self. Once you throw carbs back in, you end up putting all the weight back on, plus some extra fluff in the midsection area. So carbs are not evil. Let's just get out of the way. But can you lower carbs in order to lose fat? Yes. Just like I said before, carbs, you slash carbs, you do slash some calories. So your goal with fat loss should be to aim to lower your total calories, not necessarily just calories from carbs, but lowering carbs is a means to get to a caloric deficit, which is what we need in order to burn fat. So if slashing a little bit of your carbs is enough to get the fat loss process going without decreasing your performance and you losing a ton of muscle mass, then yeah, lower some carbs. But should it be the only macronutrient that you slash or that you cut back on in order to lose fat? Then no, it shouldn't. So you can also cut back on your protein if you're eating a super high protein diet, and you can also cut back on your fats. So overall calories matter more than the specific macronutrient that you want to lower, at least in the beginning. Lower carbs as a means to lowering the caloric deficit is what you're after. So what you can do is wherever you are at right now with your carbs, start to lower them. So what you should think about is lowering carbs as a means of lowering overall calories if your level of activity does not support them. So what that means is basically, if you're not training or not training very intensely and you don't need all those carbs, then sure, nix some carbs. But if you're training really intensely, chances are you don't want to be lowering your carbs too much, because that's what's going to keep your intensity up, and that exercise is what's going to burn the fat as long as your calories are in a deficit.